How's it going, guys? It's your boy Stas here. Cheers, by the way. I appreciate you all for tuning in as we have to go over Opendoor stock, which as of now, guys, it is up over 7% as every index in the U.S. market is down. And based on what I'm seeing here, guys, I don't know about you, but based on what I'm seeing on these charts, it looks like Opendoor stock could be going higher. We have to go over the charts, what I'm looking to do, and go over where this could be going in the short term. But first, hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe, follow along for more content. Join the Patreon if you want to keep up with my portfolio updates. Be a part of the Discord. Get all the all the perks of the Patreon. That is linked down below. Or go to stassurfs.com/Patreon. And now, enough of that, guys. Cheers. Take a sip of your coffee and let's dive into it. So Opendoor is up over 6%, which I'm sure you guys saw the price action after the bell. We covered this in our video last night, I'm pretty sure, right? Or maybe we didn't, I forget. I've been making an ungodly amount of content, guys, throughout the last couple of weeks, throughout all these platforms. So forgive me if I forget, what we talked about. But look, either way, we closed up, I think, 16% yesterday, and then we saw another 8 to 10% pop after the bell. We got up to $9.15 roughly, and now, for context, we're at $8.75, so we're under $9, but we're still up 6%, and it looks like here, this morning we saw a dump to the high sevens. Yeah, we hit 785. So we did go under the closing price from yesterday, a good ways under it. But then we recovered back over it, and we took out the highs from yesterday intraday, which you can see here on the 5-day, 5-minute. That's a good sign. That's a good sign overall. And look at this. Are you guys noticing this on the 5-day, 5-minute? Notice how today, so far, we're putting in a higher low compared to what we saw yesterday, which is good. And notice how we didn't take the lows out from yesterday. And yesterday, we didn't take the lows out from, Tuesday, which is great. So now we're actually slowly building, making higher lows, and we're noticing a clear-cut inverse head and shoulders. Do you guys see this? Clear cut, man. Clear as day. Look at that. Left shoulder. We got the head right here. The right shoulder's right there. So this looks like, in all honesty, man, based on the way I'm looking at it, looks like we're about to break out. Looks like we're about to break out. And not to mention, I think we have a cup and handle. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe on the larger time frame, it shows that cup and handle I was looking at before. Or maybe it's actually on this 5-day, 5-minute. Either way, yeah, maybe this is what I was looking at. We have a cup and handle, yeah, this is what I was looking at. Cup and handle right here, man. So we have that inverse head and shoulders. We have a cup and handle. This thing is up on a red day where all the indices are down. That's a great sign, by the way. This is building momentum on a day like today. Now, all we have to do is wait and see if this cup and handle plays out, if we're able to take out the aftermarket high from yesterday. That's the real breakout spot, guys. That's the real breakout spot above 925. I would say above 925, 950. That's where this could really start to break out because the reality is at this point, yes, it is up over the last day or two. The stock is doing well, but the reality is we're still in a downtrending channel. We're still within this channel. If I draw it out, you guys can see it, right? If I zoom in, you can see here, lower lows, lower highs. Technically where we're at now, guys, to keep it real, we're at a lower high. We're under the 180 SMA. We're actually failing to break out of this 180 SMA on this 1 hour time frame. So this spot needs to break, man. It's not all sunshine and rainbows yet on Opendoor stock. It's up 5 to 6%. It's up on the day, but we're not fully breaking out. And we're going to have to take 925, 950 out. And again, the cup and handle, that needs to play out. And you can see that even better here on the 1 hour. If I zoom in a little bit, look at that cup and handle. Pretty clear as day. Let's take 925 out. Let's take the 180 SMA out on the 1 hour chart. That is the real breakout spot. So what do you guys think? And by the way, the 50 SMA on the 4 hour chart is also a big resistance. it all comes down to 925, guys. 950, that needs to break. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys are up to, your thoughts overall on this. But yeah, it looks like we got much needed selling, a little pullback, profit taking, whatever you want to call it. Now we're on the up and up again, but we just have to confirm the full breakout, which is what I'm personally waiting for, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And let's take a look at the indices quickly, as we have the VIX up 4%, which, by the way, the VIX, let me pull it up, it's pushing 17, up around 3.8%. So volatility has been spiking up a little bit recently in the last week or two. We have seen the VIX go from 1450 now pushing 17. So that's interesting, which I'm not surprised. We called out the VIX being way over, way too oversold or too low, whatever you want to call it. So SPY right now is down 0.6%. So like we called out a couple days ago, we were due for a pullback. I told you guys, look, 180 moving average, 4-hour chart, this golden moving average, that is where I was looking for a pullback, and that is where we're going. It looks like we're at 657 down, like I said, 0.5, 0.6%. So this is probably going to find some support close to where we are now. In my opinion, we're a bit more oversold on the RSI. Again, we're approaching that moving average. It might have a little more to go down, a couple dollars, right? But we're getting there. We're getting there. And QQQ is down as well, 0.6%. But man, much needed pullback. And at this point, we're approaching that 180 SMA, being at about 580, 585. So I'm liking the way things are setting up here on QQQ, on SPY. Again, healthy pullback. Now the VIX is up over 4%. VIX is creeping up even more. And the Russell is down 1.1%. So this thing hit all-time highs and said, yep, that's it, I'm done. And now it's been, it's been pulling back since. But that's also a much needed pullback on the Russell. And the Dow is down 0.3%, not much, after also just hitting all-time highs. So guys, it kind of looks like we're getting our pullback here to wrap up September. This might lead into October, potentially a little more. Who knows, right? That's what I initially predicted. We'll see if that comes true. But either way, I think, whether we dump another couple percent or maybe we consolidate here, I think we're setting up for a nice push at the end of the year. I don't want to keep saying that, but I just want to make sure you guys know my stance on that. But I've said that a lot recently. I'm sticking to it unless something crazy changes that changes my thought on that. But I think we're heading for that end of the year push with rate cuts and kind of, where we're going. I guess we do have another round of earnings season or another earnings season to look forward to. I think earnings will be good. That's my opinion. Might get a little interesting in 26. We'll see how that goes, but I think earnings will be decent, and that will help bolster the stock market higher, keep that run going that I think is coming at the end of the year. But yeah, what do you guys think overall? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious. Let me know. And make sure to hit the like button and check out the Patreon. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing in my portfolio, stocks I'm buying, all of that, that is linked down below. Or simply go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon and you see everything, guys. Full transparency, weekly updates. We're buying stocks every week. And again, that's linked down below. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next video.